Hello, and welcome to the Cards Down podcast. I haven't done this in a while. This is a podcast that's very simple. I talk to different roleplay owners and veterans, and we ask them the questions that are hard-hitting and also completely honest. I am Jason, owner of Black Wolves Rebellion and Cosmic Veil, and today I'm joined by Poi Butler. I believe you are the head admin of Purple Lotus. I know you're aren't you below Sachi or whatever? I don't know the structure of
yeah, I'm
server.
pretty much his right hand at this point.
Yeah. I tried my absolute best to get Sachi, but I don't have an in with Sachi. I am only able to get ins with people I know. I almost had somebody from Rosewood, the first roleplay I ever joined, but alas, they are busy with their final season. Good for them. Now, quick disclaimer before we start. This is a podcast designed to give roleplay owners and veterans a platform to share their thoughts and opinions openly, no matter how hard they are. Please respect their views and avoid witch hunting, and help us maintain this safe space for them. This is our third episode, and you may notice that I am going to be posting this same episode on two different channels. I don't know which channel I'm gonna post them on after this one, but it's either gonna be both of them or one of them. I don't know yet. Either way, let's get right into it. Number one, how long have you been role-playing, Poi Butler?
Oh boy, since 21, I believe. 2021, I believe I started. Jeez.
You've been at this game for pretty much as long as I have. I started Black Wolves in 2021.
Ooh.
Don't worry, I also forgot to put Gogo Loco on this model.
Oh, I got my straps to do that from time to time. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah. Let me look at these questions here. If you hear noises behind me, I live with a 2-year-old. That or I live with my cat. I don't know if that's my cat or the kid. Don't know. Oh no, my cat's in front of me looking at me. Why do you have a big ass brick on your head, Dad? Anyway, so you've been doing this for a while. How long have you been helping run Purple Lotus?
Currently, the Lotus itself is about 3 or going on 4 years now itself.
Man, it really seems like the VRChat roleplay community kind of started picking up like the 2020, once the pandemic hit. I assumed the roleplay community was going on way before I joined in 2020, but it seems like it kind of picked up once I a little bit after I joined, the VRChat space in general.
To my knowledge, it picked up when around when Sachi started the Lotus. I can't remember exactly when. I know it was 2019, give or take.
Damn.
Because I kept visiting every so often, but I believe it was 2019 when it started having the frontier of it is when people started doing it.
Yeah, and I will just say, the Purple Lotus is so infamous in the community. When I started my roleplay, everyone's like, you gotta advertise in Purple Lotus. That's how you get your people. People ended up telling me more that, Purple Lotus, yeah, it's an RP, but honestly, it's more of a space where you can grow your own roleplay, and that's kind of what I was always engraved in my mind by other people. Because, once again, fun fact, the second roleplay I ever joined or was part of was the one I made. The first one was Rosewood, and then after I left Rosewood, I made Black Wolves, and I always was told, advertise in Purple Lotus. Purple Lotus is the number one biggest roleplay in the entire community. Every player in VRChat's heard of Purple Lotus. A lot of my players ended up finding me through there. A lot of them, shockingly enough. So like the Purple Lotus kind of like exploded. How did you all feel with that whole explosion?
I can't say anything. I came in during a weird period of time for the Lotus,
Mm,
but I know that like the goal of the Lotus itself, like that's been like my idea since I've been part of one roleplay. Also, that numbers didn't really matter. It was mainly people to enjoy themselves, get away from like whatever they were doing at the time, and like go do something else away from like stress and all that.
mm,
It was just supposed to be a different environment for everyone to have fun. Doesn't matter how many people showed up, nothing.
mm,
And the day it was like friends enjoying each other's company.
mm.
So the whole blow up, nice and all that, but like popularity can only last for so long, to be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, it really did seem like people were just using your server as like a, well, I don't know what they call it. Those like places, at least some grocery stores, where you like pin your work on it,
Mm.
like hey, where
Yeah.
handymen put your number and all that. It seemed like Purpleus kind of turned into that. I do remember a long time ago, I actually was messaged by one of the Purple Lotus admins being like, "Hey, one post per person," and I'm like, "Damn, I was just following what other people are doing." Like once your post gets
Yeah.
buried, delete it the previous and refresh it. Although then someone else was like, this one person that no longer is associated with you, he had it out for you, blah blah. And I'm like, okay, which kind of will be kind of related to a future question, but let me ask actually actual question on my script now. I like to ask questions unique to the person. All right, here we go.
Mm.
Let's start with the fun question. What do you see as the most significant challenge in the VRChat role-playing community?
Oh, that's a loaded. The biggest issue of recent after the whole like COVID hit, because that's when like a lot of stuff like was fine, but when it started dying down right after was the out of character drama. Like people, we come on here to like enjoy each other's company and play make believe and all that, but like end of the day, you shouldn't let made up stuff to like be dragged out.
I've
I'll
been
be
saying
honest.
that. I've been saying that for years. I did struggle with that at first. Like they're
Mm.
like it, Black and listen. When I first started Black Wolves, honestly, I made enemies, yes, but then I realized kind of late in the game where it's like, who fucking gives a shit? It's
Yep.
like we're all pretending to be fucking people, like other people that we're not. It's not that deep. It's not a big deal. It's just one big game of VR make believe. Like I don't know why some people take it so seriously. Like I see some people too, like they do these insane hours in RP where it's like the only thing they ever fucking do. Well, it's like
Mm.
I'm like, listen, I get that, it's fine, but like once you start, I feel like it kind of starts becoming more of a problem once somebody's like, I am playing a character more often than I am being myself. I have seen that all too often where people
Mm.
are the characters more than themselves, and then people get so attached to their character, and then that's when the DMs make a decision, the player's not happy with that decision, and so they get all uppity. I've seen it myself in other role plays that I've been to where people just get so angry. It's like, listen, you got shot, you take the hit, it's not that big of a deal.
I can one of the understand points is just like yes, it's people that put money in it and everything. Like how I did it with my character and I have like 6, 7 different iterations of this character alone. And this is known as also poi, which is kind of a self-insert but also not. It's more of a like a side distance of myself to like go through situations to help me move on.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot IRL, so I use this as a safer place to go through it again than try to do it somewhere else and possibly end up worse for wear.
Mm.
But like, I didn't care if my character got killed. It's just all the players kept bringing it back, which is fine. But like, shit happens. It's
Yeah.
roleplay. It's good roleplay, but it's just like cool.
Yeah, I feel like the most dangerous thing is when there's a conflict in character, because then there's that one person who might character bleed and take it way too fucking seriously. Like
Happens all the time.
I remember some people like in my roleplay is not metaverse. And I've had so many people that basically are like fucking metaverse refugees. And whenever they get in trouble in character, like they do something bad in character and I punish them in character, then afterwards they message me and they're like, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "Bro, it was in character. You're not actually in trouble." Bro, I loved that fucking conflict. That was great. You did great. You know, that was great acting, brother. You know, like, and they're like, "Wait, I'm not in trouble." It's like, listen, just because you get in trouble in character doesn't mean you get in trouble out of character. I always make sure to explain that to people who seem like they're gonna make that confusion. I'm like, listen, if you get in trouble in character, that doesn't apply out of character. I encourage conflict in roleplay because that's just good roleplay, you know? If there's never any conflict between characters, then it gets stale after a while. Sometimes you gotta add a little bit of friction. You know, it's good roleplay, you know? Anyway, moving on to a question actually is kind of can be piggybacked off of something you said. How has managing a VRChat roleplay, how has that affected your mental health?
Um, it's different for everyone. Lotus is not my first one. I used to administration for another group entirely too, and I was pretty much in the same position, right underneath the owner. And you get to see, like, I'm a person that's like tries to keep things separate because I'm going to be 29 this month. I'm almost 30. Like, I've already been through high school. I've been through all that stuff. I'm done. Like, I'm sick and tired of the petty drama. It's just, you get to see power go to people's heads.
Oh, yeah.
And put that's all they think about is roleplay and all this. My mental health hasn't really changed much, aside from, like, distrust in people. Like, I thought you were my friend, not, hey, you were just there because you're only being friendly just to keep me part of your group, and that's it.
Yeah.
Which was like, but why? Like, I've been friends with Sachi since early 2019. And I never was part of his roleplay stuff until like a few years ago. Yeah. So like, it's I watch it. It's very bad for a lot of people's health. There's not a lot of people that can handle.
Yeah.
They need that second hand. They always need that second person, and that's what I was. But it's a really bad thing for mental health. I'm gonna be honest. It's a really bad thing. People be like, I'm attracted to numbers, so I always have to have 80 people in my lobby, or oh hey, I have to like keep going because
I relate to this so hard right now.
Yeah, it's. I say it's rough. It's rough to watch, but I can't do anything because I'm not.
I have seen.
I can suggest take a break. This, but
breaks are important. I have seen roleplay owners that have like huge populations. I have seen them in such a dark place because all they worry about is the number. And for a while, when I first started Black Wolves, I worried about the numbers too. There were times where I had like almost like 30 players, and yet I never felt confident enough to officially start my roleplay. Like, we were constantly doing dry runs, like nothing was canon all the time. I was way too afraid to actually like light the candle, you know. And eventually, when I stopped caring about the numbers so much, I started. Like, I said, fuck it, I'm biting the bullet, and I bit the bullet. And now, a couple years, like 2 years later now, I started season 2, and holy fucking shit, I had like 23 fucking players in my lobby, which, like me when I first started, would be like, holy shit, that's a dream. Like, now it's like, man, 23 people, that's great. Although now I run into the issue that apparently most roleplays do. God, NPC numbers are so low all the time. Oh,
I enjoy NPC even if there's too many PCs because that all that means is I can be rougher on them.
yeah, it's definitely rough out there. But yeah, like I have seen some really bad mental health with some of the roleplay owners, especially because of the fact that I feel like a lot of problems that I see with people is that it ends up fucking up friendships because so many it's like
Oh
I
yeah.
only ever get a DM, like I've seen people confront other people where it's like you only ever DM me when it's roleplay related. You never message me to say what's good anymore or nothing like that. When you talk to me, it's only ever about roleplay. No one ever talks to me about like non-roleplay stuff. And even I
Mhm.
face that problem sometimes where people message me at like the crack ass of dawn about roleplay, and it's like, I own a game dev company. I have other things in my life that I'm doing. You could ask about that sometimes. You know,
Mhm.
I've and honestly, I've seen it really destroy other people. Like a mutual friend of ours that I'm not going to name on podcasts until I get him on the pod. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We're planning a date.
Mhm.
Stay tuned. But like I've seen like some people get like thousands of DMs, and it's like, how do you keep up with that? Oh man.
I used to. I had a I can't say what you said before, but I guess my brain's scattered at the moment. But like normally, I have a set day, set times, like afternoon or like that's near like the end of it where I had like set like times where hey, you're not allowed to DM me on the weekends. Hey, you're not allowed to like I won't respond on the weekends for DM stuff because I'm like, you know, I just want to sit down and play games. You know,
Right? Sometimes, listen, sometimes I just want to sit down and play some fucking Warframe or something, you know?
mm-hmm. Go play Arc Raiders since that's new now. Go watch a Peanut. I don't know.
Right, like that's my thing. Sometimes I just want to sit down, crack open a twisted tea or something, drink, and just forget about everything. And then I receive a DM about some, and then some people like come into my VC. It's like, "Hey, Jason, I have a question," and I see that happen to like other roleplay owners where they like actually crash out, and I'm like, you know what? I get it. I
Yep.
absolutely I get
I
it.
I used to be around also where people go into these VCs, like they're public VCs too, and you just go, "Oh, my character is better than your character, and this is why." And I just sit, I go, "Okay, whatever, I don't care."
Yeah,
But because like half of the people are like trying to like power flex, like even out of character, which again, oh, ooh, you're trying to force something of make believe on me.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
you want to play a game? No, you want to talk about? Oh, okay, I'll just play in the corner.
Right,
It's fine. I'll go play with my other friends.
right. I guess I'll just go fuck myself over here then. Like honestly. Ooh, here's the next fun question. This one is my favorite question, actually. What's your perspective on the communication dynamics between players and admins?
I've been through a lot of different ones. My honest opinion is there's a certain amount of information you're supposed to give the players as a DM, even out of character, leaving it like still that mystery for them to decide and like see it as like what happens later. But the head person needs to give enough information to the staff. So even though the staff can be like player characters, like this, my character for instance, can be a character instance, but you have to give them some idea of like, hey, I want to met. What's a good example? It's like easier to reference Cyberpunk. When the DMs want to do their own side mission, cool. Let them know that you're doing. You also have a main plot line with Maelstrom, with a high end boss,
Right.
and work with that and go, hey, I had the same idea. Uh, you can play here or change the gang or whatever, but not just hide it. And then once you know you start releasing it between the players, they can't, you know, admins start fighting because of it. It's just that type of headache. There needs to be more communication. There's a player level of communication you need to give each other. The admins, DMs need to give them, but there's also and that goes for NPCs too, because you need to treat them as staff too.
Yeah.
And then there is a level above that, which is the head DMs giving the DMs underneath them proper information. It's but sadly it does not happen.
It's really rough. Like sometimes it's like the communication between players and admins can be really complicated sometimes, because if one side isn't communicating enough, it's like, well, how are we supposed to know? Like, I've seen so many roleplay owners complain about, like, how am I supposed to know what the players want when the players don't tell me what they want? Like, is such a common complaint I hear these days by so many roleplay owners. It's like, oh, the players expect me to be a mind reader, blah, blah. And it's like, that problem is something I am seeing as a universal thing these days.
Yes. Metaverse side, I would be more of a players have agency over their own characters, even though I gave my character to other DMs throughout the metaverse, saying, hey, if you want to interact with the rat in your DM ways, just let me know beforehand and I'll give you permission. But I like that knowing beforehand,
right?
Not surprise, here you go.
Yeah,
because that's just annoying, because then I have to go last minute edit my avatar, last minute go pay somebody, and then they're busy or something. So it's like, just tell me how to say, hey, boy might get injured, hey, I want boy involved with this, hey, I want whatever. And that's cool, fine, one sentence, that's it, not the whole storyline to my DMs. But I just wish it wasn't as dramatic, I'd be honest.
Yeah, honestly, I see a lot of that problem where people just focus so much on grudge. It's like, oh, don't associate with this person, don't associate with this server, they did this, they did that. And they've been accused of this and that, and I'm like, bro, why are you making it so fucking complicated? I
have very simple rules. If you start bringing IRL stuff in character, I can't. Let me see. What's the words? Racial stuff, being a creep, all that stuff will instantly get my retaliation against you. But there's certain gray areas where I won't do anything right away, but I'll keep an eye on it, such as politics, in character, my character doesn't like humans. That's a gray area which can be rectified, but I won't go farther than that.
It's definitely a slippery
sorry,
slope.
I'm better than humans.
Yeah.
But I won't go any further than that. Or I mentioned, not like I mentioned, but I will it'd be settled where it's not too extreme. It's not overboard, but some people push it that far.
Yeah, some people push the limit.
Oh, this is so dark RP. I'm like, yeah, but we're still people, and people get offended.
Yeah, that's why we have to be careful. That's kind of why we got to be careful around here. Like in Black Holes, we currently are doing a season where we're on a planet that's only elves, and it's like, these elves will only like other elves. They will treat beast skin and humans very much less than. And my dev team and I had to sit down. It's like, where are we drawing the line? And so we have to be very careful on what we do with the story. So we're being careful, but also we're a dark RP, so we also gotta we gotta find that line where it's nobody's gonna get offended.
Dark RP was kind of ruined for me back in the day because it started getting very snowflakey. I'm gonna be honest, where people started oh, you can't say that. Oh, that offended me. I'm like, dude, this is what the point of the roleplay was, and this is what you signed up for. And they're like, well, we're changing. Like it started like changing culturally afterwards, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like this character is supposed to be a criminal, but back when I was with the group, everybody tried to stop me from doing criminal things. So it's like, what was the point of, you know, laboring yourself as this? Yeah. And then everybody turns against you for doing something bad. So I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I feel like that's definitely a kind of thing where it's like, it kind of like depends on the community that the roleplay is around. Like for my, like for my personal roleplay, I'm able to get away with a lot of shit in terms of dark RP. I'm talking burnt body bags of innocent civilians, like kind of dark. And my players were like, ah, yes, peak storytelling. And then I see another roleplay do a similar thing, and they're getting, like, basically fucking boycotted. And I'm like, wait, that's it? That's what you're getting boycotted for? That's nothing. Like, so, like, it's definitely... No, I feel like it really depends on the group that the roleplay kind of is surrounded by.
Yeah. But I use certain words that, like, mean nothing back when I was little. It's just, like, indicator of stuff.
Yeah.
I won't say it here because, like, even though, like, people on Twitch say it, people on YouTube say it all the time, like, I just won't for right now. But I will wholeheartedly say, because, like, an idea is stupid. But in Chicago, you know, we say the other one. We say the other funny word, which I just say it because it's just what I was raised around. But I have to hold my tongue every so often because people go, you can't say that. I'm like, it's on my medical papers. That's what the doctors called me when I did a funny when I was younger. So I think I'm kind of allowed to say it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I kind of feel that, mainly because I grew up in New York, and the area I grew up in was religiously intense.
Yeah. But New York's also those places that where you get to the point, then like skirt.
Yeah, I escaped containment though. I'm good.
I'm in Texas, and help.
Yeah, no, half my family's from like border kind of Texas, so my family was half Italian, half Italian New Yorker, half really fucking Texas Southern. So I got the best of both worlds.
German, Italian, Irish, mainly. Man, but no, I'm in a small town. I went from the city to a small town, so I'm just like,
it really is a hit or miss with those small towns.
There's nothing to do. Send help.
You know what? Since I don't live there anymore, shout out to the Hudson Valley over in New York, because that's where I'm from. And boy howdy, that place was top thing that makes me angry is when I say I'm from New York and he's like, "Oh, what's the city like?" I don't know. I've never been there. I was there once, and that was to pick up my wife from the airport when she moved in with me. That's it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, a lot of these like major cities, the only reason we say it is because no one's going to know the actual small areas that are part of it. Like, I was in Alsip, that's in Chicago, but no one's going to fucking know where that is.
I lived in Ohio for the past year, so I was actually kind of close to you for a good while there.
But yeah, that's just how it is, though. Like, I could walk 15 minutes and be in the next town over, next village. And I was in a village. It was called the Village of Alsip.
Yeah.
That's where I used to live.
Yeah.
But it's part of the Chicago area because it's one of the like smaller towns, villages that made up Chicago.
Listen, I said it once and I'll say it again. The Midwest is a Minecraft super flat world with buildings. No one can tell me otherwise. Sorry, continue. Or get that out there.
But I'm sorry about the whole sidetrack, but yeah, it's just...
You're fine.
Raised from different areas, it's just people have a different tolerance to, you know, words and everything that be used during dark role plays and all that.
Yeah.
And it's... Like I said, I see this role play, that's all it is. Like how I went up to you mentioned elves and all that. I went up to an elf character at the Lotus one time before I started working there and called them knife ears. So like because the character wasn't aware that was an actual offensive word to them. Like, you kind of get those characters that are like not aware, and you kind of educate them.
Yeah.
And then that's a good like RP, because he goes, I am angry at you, but oh wait, you just never been around elves. That's crazy.
Elves are normally have a very big ego and are full of themselves, being like, I am the superior species, fuck you. Like, everyone's like that. Like, I literally have had, like, we have talked about what can we do as elf civilians and like elven people in our season 2, and how do we have a prejudice against like humans and beastkin but not take it too far. I was like, we have to make up insults that are not real, and like be specific to things that are like not applicable to real life, is kind of how we did it. And that was probably the right call, to be honest. So it's definitely a thing you got to be careful with Dark RP. Dark RP is a very slippery slope, because you got to know your audience. You got to know your player base before you make a decision of doing a dark session. Like, I've done sessions where I'm straight up like, don't stream this on Twitch, you will get banned.
Yeah.
Like, I've done that session once, and it was like the darkest thing I've ever fucking DM'd, because it had to do with one of the characters' like childhood that involves some really dark shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, straight up, don't record it, don't stream it. Like, and that was me just testing the waters.
Yeah.
It went great.
Obviously recording would be fine, but like recording, like, be like, so you guys can like share it later down our show. You know, this is like, you know, the funny things, or you know, all that. But yeah, I can see how it is.
Yeah, that was just mainly testing to see how far I can go with how dark I can go. Turns out I have a very, very far limit. I haven't found the line yet, for the record. I have not found the line yet, but I'm not going to push farther, because I think I've pushed as far as I'm comfortable as a storyteller. Because, yeah, anyways, getting to the next question. Oh, this is a question that a lot of people tell me the same thing. Let's see your opinion on this. In your opinion, what is the biggest issue facing the metaverse today?
Egos.
That's the second answer I've ever received.
Of current metaverse, after I was silently verbal about it, but I help try to keep like scummy people away from the metaverse scene, because you don't know what people's ages are and everything. And that's the problem. You have people that interact with people certain ways. You get what I mean on that?
I get exactly
and it's just
what you mean.
Horrible and all that, and it's called out. And it's not like seeing a role play, like somebody playing a kid character. It's just the other stuff, and it's just like,
yeah,
like I cringe even at people playing kid characters, because I just go,
as someone who's played a 5-year-old, it's definitely fucking hard to not cringe at yourself.
Yeah,
which is why I decided to do a time skip and make them an edgy teen. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Sorry, continue.
I'm sorry. I was doing that, but it's just like, that's like some of the out of character stuff that I would go like after if people act dumb. But it's like outside of that, it's just like people have such an ego. Like, I mean, hell, the reason why I'm still with Sachi and everything is because of people trying to get me to, you know, go against them. Yeah, and that was exhausting. I went through a lot.
It's funny you say that. I've had a couple people now, when I first started this podcast and I wanted Sachi on here, people were like, "Why would you want that? Like Sachi has done this, Sachi's done that." And it's like, listen, in this podcast, I don't discriminate. All right, I could have the most controversial person on this couch, and I would still interview them the same I would anybody else. Like, real shit.
issue with all the drama behind him. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of it is just like, oh, he was mad. He yelled at me in roleplay. Oh, he did this, and it's in roleplay. And it goes, okay, cool. What do you do? It was roleplay. Who cares? My character goes and like says a lot of, I say a lot of heinous stuff as the rat.
As my characters, I've verbally threatened my players, saying like, "I'll rip your fucking limbs off," and afterwards they're like, "I was scared when you were yelling at me as John," and I was like, "Listen, don't misbehave. I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah, but like out of character stuff, like there's so much out of character drama that's unnecessary that like affects roleplay, and it's not just him. It's a bunch of other people too, even people I'm aware of, friends that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Where out of character relationships, out of character, whatever, will cause so much problems, and it's just like, oh, we're done with the roleplay. Oh, we're done doing this. Oh, we're changing up the story, and it's like, I'm like, can you guys like grow up for like?
I feel that
5 minutes and like talk like adults, then like, oh, I'm back in high school. I'm going to beat a popularity contest.
Oh
like,
my
stop.
god, I say that all the fucking time when people say shit. I'm like, this is some high school shit. Word of advice for all the people out there who are roleplay owners who are watching this video. Word of advice: don't put somebody on your don't put two people on your dev team if they're dating, because if they break up, it complicates your entire fucking shit. That is what I'll say.
Here or there.
It depends.
I used to be on,
but most of the time, better safe than sorry is what I'm saying. Better safe than sorry. Nothing against those people. It's just cover your own ass if shit goes sideways.
Mm-hmm. Now, I used to be on the admin teams where I did DM, a lot of DMing and all that, right? Lore and all that. And there's people I absolutely abhorred, players, other DMs, so on. But
yeah,
the difference is between me and like other people I've seen. If I don't like you, I will acknowledge that you exist, but I won't hang out with you outside of roleplay. I won't do anything. I'll talk to you as little as I need to.
Yes.
But outside of that, it's like, I'm so respecting. You're here to roleplay. You're here to enjoy yourself.
Yes.
We're part of the same community. It doesn't matter if I like you or not. But, like, other people just go blow up and just, because you did one thing here, you're banned. I have people that I know that are like that are banned from many places just because they screwed up one somewhere else. Yeah. And they just so quickly.
That or those people who would be like, oh, I have this this head DM of yours blocked. And I'm like, okay, I can't have that because it's impossible to DM a session when you have the person running it blocked. So, unblock my head DM or get the fuck out. Like, I'm not going to send an extra DM out there just to be the messenger, all right? Like, I've had that happen a couple times now where it's like, oh, I have this person blocked and you're just gonna have to deal with it. And I'm like, I don't want to. Like, listen, like, and that's the thing, like, you can have them blocked on Discord. I don't give a shit. But, like, just have them unblocked during VRChat lobby, please.
Yeah, that's the thing. If just unblock them for the lobby, you could re-block them later. It doesn't do anything, like, what to do.
Yeah, no, listen, I don't give a rat's ass about that out of session.
But, like, because here's the thing. If you catch them being disrespectful, either party, by the way, it could be your DM, it could be the player being disrespectful to each other while doing the roleplay, then,
you gotta do
actions
something.
Can be taken care of.
Yeah, like
that's the thing. People don't understand that. Where like, oh, I just have them blocked and like whatever. It's like, just don't block them so actions can be taken because they actually can see you now. They have to react to you, or they can just ignore you, and then whatever happens.
Yeah,
but on a disciplinary level, it's cool. You have them block them after roleplay, whatever. But here, can you please do that? But there's not much you can do because it's just a feature of VR. So it's whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of
my opinion on the blocking.
I mean,
Like
we
that
share
kind
the
of
same
stuff.
opinion on that. It's like, listen, at the end of the day, we don't care that you have them blocked outside of our session. We care about our session running smoothly. And if two people in our session can't see each other because one of them has each other blocked, then that is going to make
Hmm?
our job as a DM more difficult because like what for example, if it's combat session and the party gets separated and you two are in the same room but can't see each other, you're going to act like you both are alone, so then the one DM who's running the player side has to somehow keep track of two people at the same time. Like like
Hmm.
in because a lot of role plays have a bit of a trouble having enough DMs to cover all the players. So it's
Yeah.
like it make we because people need to realize, listen, we know it's VR make believe, but when you're running the session as a DM, it's a bit of a different mindset because you got to make sure everything's running smoothly. You got to make sure everyone's reacting to hits properly. You got to make sure the plot's going correctly, that the players are going in the right direction. Like God knows that. Like going one end to the other in one of the maps in Black Wolves, it's like 10 minutes to walk from one end to the other. It is easy to get lost. And if we don't have
Yeah.
enough DMs to cover all that distance, we need to make sure everyone can see each other. Period. Like that's the whole thing. So it's hard when there's conflict all the time in the roleplay community. You
Yeah.
know, which is why I did the whole neutral thing. It's like regardless of your reputation in the metaverse or wherever, as long as you haven't done something that I cannot morally look past, I will let you in. Like you would have had to
My
break the
reputation's
law
awkward.
for me to do something about it.
Yeah, true. That's like my point of view too. If you cross that line.
Yeah. Anyway, time for the next question, which is on a follow up to the biggest issue facing the metaverse, which is kind of going to be a loaded question. If given the opportunity, how would you approach solving that issue?
Ooh, VRChat tried to kill me. What was the question?
The question was, how would you approach solving that issue?
Ah, hi. VRChat doesn't like this question. What?
I am asking you that if you were given the opportunity, how would you solve that issue?
um, so there's my way, and then like the more like subtle way. My way is I become the like which normally happens when I get like sick and tired of it. Is I grab party A, party B, go and bring them in, and then I tell both of them to shut their mouths. First of all, before they say any word of like, oh, why is this person here, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, this is what I see, and I tell them everything that I've seen, what I've heard. And now you're gonna both tell me your side of the story. And you're gonna get over the whole situation. Because some of this is just stupid. In appropriate land, it's like you want to have one party go after one party, one DM go after another party, talk and then convene in the middle and do it weirdly. But I'm more forefront of like, hey, this is not school anymore. We're adults. If you're gonna act like this, either A, stop crying to everybody else, stop going to your friends and crying about it and causing more problems for everyone. Because it literally doesn't matter anymore. It's none of your business, it's none of my business, but you just made it my business because you're making half of the player base hate one person, another half of the player base hate another person. It's like,
this feels
no,
familiar.
I have to faction. I'm very cutthroat of I'm the last person that people come and ask for my help because mine is very blunt and forceful in a way, yes, but
I
more,
love people who do it the
of,
blunt way.
but blunt and like straight to getting over the issue. Cool, you guys still don't like each other. Cool. No more of this drama. You're both. This is your, warning for. You're both getting, a warning still, because you guys didn't make up. And then be like, oh, that's because you can't pick a side. By the way, if they make up, they both don't get the warning. But if they don't make up, cool. they both get a warning because you can't pick a side. And that's a big thing that people need to realize. You can't, even if I like party A over party B, I still have to treat them as equals. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Everything. Like
I've debated on doing things that way, where it's like, if you both cannot meet in the middle and talk things out, you're both getting a punishment, because it's like, we're adults. We all pay bills out here. Like, we're all out here struggling like the rest of us. Let's not make our temporary escape of, like, fun. Let's not make this difficult because of a conflict of whatever the fuck the conflict is about, you know?
Yeah, they're in trouble is because they have to make me do more work. Because now, instead of, like, we're writing your lore for, like, both your characters or whatever story stuff I have, now I have to worry about, is Timmy getting mad at Jessica now? Go away.
I remember there was a conflict, to not talk about names, there was a time where I had to run a session, and one person who was one of my NPC DMs at the time did not like another person who went to help that session, and it's like, if this person's here, I have them blocked, and I refuse to unblock them, so you're gonna have to have somebody be in the middle to be the communicator. And foolishly at the time, I provided the communication between the two. In hindsight, I would have told, okay, well then one of you can't come. That's what I would have done if I could rewind time and do it again. But I just kind of let it happen, and then one of the parties ended up leaving because of, once again, I don't like this person because of what happened in their roleplay and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I remember there was a point where, like, can't people just shut the hell up and, like, put shit aside? People can change, you know? Like that's the whole thing about people. People can change. Don't be mad at somebody of something they did years ago, because you don't know what that person 2 years ago is now. Anyway, that's my quick rant. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, because we mentioned Sachi's name and all that, but it's like him. People can't mention what he's done wrong anymore. All they do is, grr, he done something, and it's like,
grr, bad person did bad things.
Good job.
Or meanwhile, that person's like, hey, that was years ago, and I'm different now.
Unless they, like, crossed a legit line that means actual problems. What do you do? Oh, the
only recent thing I've heard about Sachi. The only thing I've heard about Sachi is this motherfucker owns a roleplay with over 1,000 people, and they don't know how to activate two-factor authentication. And that was when Purple Lotus was hacked. Most people were clowning on him for not having two-factor enabled on his Discord account.
Yeah, a lot of role players didn't. Like,
as someone with a certification in computer software and security and all that, when I saw that, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Like, I had it finally, but I didn't, like, want to do it because it's like, it's an extra step. But even, like, everybody's complaining about, oh, you didn't have two authentic. They don't understand that the moment you click on the link nowadays on the Discord, they just get your sign-in token. It's two factor means nothing. They just get everything.
I mean, I can understand that. I mean, my thing is, like, listen,
but, like,
most links are like, hey, that's clearly sketchy. I'm not clicking that.
But if you hit it at the right time, at the right day, and you have the right friend, and they get the right person, it happens.
I remember my dev Conric got hacked one time, and that was not a fun time.
Yeah, but you go, oh yeah, my friend is actually making a game. He's actually in school, in college at this time. And then you get that link, and you go, oh, cool. And you also just woke up. So your brain is, like, fried at the moment of, like, waking up. You're going to most likely click that link.
Yeah, fair enough.
The odds of it is very high.
I mean, that's the thing. If I ever get hacked and they do that ad, whoever gets that message is fucked, because I am actually a game dev and I actually make
Yeah.
games. So if I get hacked and that shit happens, all my friends are fucking cooked.
Yeah, like I said, that's it. Grab the right person. It doesn't matter how smart you are, you're gonna get outsmarted because you go, man, this sounds like my friend.
Yeah, that's why I always check links before I click them.
Yeah.
And also, I change my passwords every month, which honestly, I got locked out of my Steam account last week, so that was fun. Yeah, make sure to write down your passwords physically in like a physical notebook, kids, because that is the only way your passwords will be 100% safe. That or a computer that is not connected to the internet. That is another really good way of having your passwords stored. Anyways. Oh boy, this is another fun question. What advice would you offer to someone new to the VRChat role-playing scene?
Come on. Am I done? No.
While we're waiting for Poi Butler to not die, new merch line for the Void campaign that I recently finished. There's merch out. You got the tribute for Silver and Justin. They got my retired characters that everyone wanted merch for. There's merch now because y'all wanted it. There's also a sale on shipping. I don't know if that's still active though. I'd have to check the website. But yeah, merch. Anyway, let's check if Poi Butler's alive now. Are you alive?
No. I'm hurting.
Can you hear me?
You said I can. You said to give advice to a new person to. Oh no, man, I hate Flux. Anyways, a new person advice would be. Am I done?
I don't know.
Are you done?
I'm very patient.
Man, I'm very patient too.
Yeah.
I'm a very patient person. I stayed with people that I didn't like for years. But, alright, I think I fixed it. Or I think I did something.
I was about to plug something else.
Jeez. So, the new advice I would give people is... Metaverse is very hard, though. I'm going to be honest. Sadly, people want to say otherwise. I can't agree with them. Is that the metaverse is welcome and so on. I've been to a lot of roleplay lobbies where they said like try to be the Lotus or try to do that, but oh my goodness. But the majority of the player base is not keen to talking to new people. I watch new people sit in the corners and like do nothing. Oop. VRChat's having a fit today. Jesus. But it's... I would say try to like engage in some minor conversations. Or just sit and listen on a few of them. I would say do that, and then like I said, nowadays it's really hard because everybody has their clicks, and it's just really annoying.
Everyone has their thing. My personal advice would be, if there is a character that says they are a god and they offer you something for your character, you say no.
Yep.
Say no to god characters. It's like the DARE program. Just say no. But we know you're going to say yes anyway. You're going to take that power up, and you're going to get buffed up to the god level, and then you're going to be too OP to be in any combat lobbies. That's actually the most common answer about the problem in the metaverse that I've received, besides your answer, is power level is such a huge problem.
Power, yes. Yeah, that's why I keep my character in a very weird spot where they're a Target is a fallen angel. Cool. but they're cursed to be human. So a normal gun will kill the character, but they have a built high powers of like what they are still.
Yeah.
But also, then you have to like think about it because my character has morals. They'll go after civilians if they mentally feel like it, but because they're still a criminal character. But it's more of, hey, I won't use God Beam or Smite on a normal person. I will use a normal gun because that's a waste of my time and energy to like expend energy on somebody who's not even worth the time or energy for that.
Yeah.
But then you have a lot of characters that just, I'm becoming light show over a gang member. And it's like, but why?
Yeah. For me, this is what I do. And when you enter my metaverse roleplay, Cosmic Veil, we're starting again in 2026. I have this thing where any metaverse characters that come in, if you are considered OP, if you're beyond god level, if you are strong as a god or close to, your character will be basically rebalanced to the Cosmic Veil power scale. But if you're like a human level character, you're not going to be rebalanced. And if anything, if you're like a street level human and you're going to a really strong mission, we'll give you something so that way you're not just going to get your shit rocked instantaneously. Because power level, listen, despite what people say, one of the biggest problems in the metaverse right now is power level, where so many people are gods and they offer you every solution in the fucking world for every little problem you have, to the point where you can't have a personal arc in regards to that. Which is kind of why I think like a lot of people are starting to flock to non-metaverse roleplays, like my roleplay Black Wolves, like other like non-metaverse like roleplays like Fractured Thrones, all those roleplays. The reason why they keep flocking to those roleplays is because they're not part of the metaverse. They don't have that power scale problem. Like in Black Wolves, in my server, in order to get stronger, you have to be given an XP point. And the only person who can decide who gets an XP point is me and my dev team. That's why a lot of non-metaverse roleplays are becoming so popular these days, because a lot of people are getting tired of the, whole, every character's OP problem.
Yep.
Petting my cat. Hello, cat. Anyways.
I understand that all very too well.
Oh, yeah. I imagine you've ran into that problem quite a bit in Purple Lotus, where people are like, I'm God.
Yeah, in the Lotus, we had a thing called the Relic that pretty much went, oh, well, look, you have all these butlers. Well, now they're suppressed. Good luck. Now you have to be a normal person and have normal conversations.
Right?
Crazy.
Right. And then that's when people are like, oh, but in my lore, that doesn't work.
Well, welcome to my lobby.
Welcome to my lobby. There's the door. If you don't like my relic, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out.
Yeah, it's been always there, but also there's another security system that no one, it never had to be used, where it's really, really invasive. This is not invasive. This is not a invasive hey, you don't have your abilities or anything. It's just, hey, they're all suppressed and everything, so but if the relic heals you if there's something happens, blah 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 blah. But it's there to make sure people don't walk in and just start killing people randomly. More or less in the lobby, because it's supposed to be a social calm lobby for people to meet up and do whatever, instead of oh, I'm just going to go in and kill the entire lobby. And because that's exhausting. It has happened before too, by the way. It's just exhausting.
Yeah, honestly.
So, but there's another device in that goes, yeah, well, I don't care what your character is, they're normal level human now.
Yeah.
Which is a very invasive DM tool. But we have it. I don't know if it's ever been used.
I have something like that too, but I've never had to use it either. Although I'm saving. Don't you love the kind of devices for that kind of thing that you have to save for a specific person or character?
But here's the thing, and I don't know how you do it in your place, but the relic, that device, everything was earned in character, not people done missions, risked their characters' lives, injuries, they lost a lot to their characters and everything. But they got and achieved these items from other DMs because that's like, this is how it would work in my lore if you guys want to use it. But like people wouldn't achieve it, then like how I hate it, it's I didn't roleplay for a week, so now I can do this now.
I've had that happen so
Cool.
many times in
Good
other
job.
roleplays I've been active in, where it's like, during a couple days where I wasn't roleplaying, my character went into this dimension with a fucking 10-year time skip, and I'm like, okay, you didn't earn that. You just said your character earned it. You didn't actually put in the work.
Yep. That's a lot of the metaverse.
Oh
too.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm gonna have to give you some names after this.
But my character itself is, and like people like wonder why I put these things on there. Like my character, for example, has a curse. They have several curses on them. First of all, they can't, angels are extremely powerful beings. That's why they're cursed to be human level or normal level. They're also cursed where time dilation, so pocket dimensions, unless the realm specifically states it's sped up for like time skip reasons and everything, such as Wednesday we were doing it on this day, next week or next, say Friday will be like a skip for the next week, so they do it week by week basis for each session, which is fine. Then my character's affected by it. But if it's just, here's a time dilation pocket dimension, my character ignores the fact that it exists, that time dilation, because they're cursed to be permanently stuck on one-to-one to actual time. And that's how I get around a lot of that shit, because I'm like, I'd rather earn it for like actual work than, oh hey, do.
Yeah.
Or legitly spend roleplay with the people, or actually spend the actual IRL time away from everything to, what is it called? To earn it properly when the DM says so.
I don't remember. I just call mine a milestone XP.
That's how I like doing it. It's by milestones, not by like.
Yeah, during points in the story. That's that's what I do. I do it where like after a certain point in the story, you get an XP that you can use to upgrade an ability, get a new weapon or ability, upgrade a weapon you have, like just power up your character in any way. There are ways where like if you go to like a special mission and you actually put in the work to like look for shit, then I'll throw you a new gun or something, or an upgrade for like some tech that you have or something. Like I'll throw somebody a bone once in a while, like loot or whatever. In Cosmic Veil, we do a similar thing. Honestly, with the whole metaverse thing, I'm a little bit more selective with power ups, especially because people in Cosmic Veil is kind of like more like an RP for like angel type characters and up, like you're fighting gods and like eldritch beings and shit. Like nothing too strong, but like, like obviously it's on a different level than Black Wolves. Black Wolves is more like human level shit where it's literally just a rebellion fighting an oppressive government. So obviously that's much more grounded in human level, but like Cosmic Veil is kind of like the step above that. They're in the same universe though, and both of them aren't metaverse except for Cosmic Veil that allows metaverse characters in, but your metaverse character is still rescaled. I witnessed a lag spike on your model. Are you good?
I don't know what's going on. It's just VRChat doing its thing right now.
I don't know what headset you use, but if it's a Quest, that's probably...
Index.
Never mind. I stand corrected. We're using the same headset.
So, I don't know what's wrong. I've been trying to figure it out for the ages right now.
Alrighty then. Well, on that note, let's go to the last question. What has been your greatest challenge as a roleplay owner?
Dealing with other communities. I used to do it one group, and then I did it with the Lotus also, and some of these people are not their fault. They just had issues that kind of made them explode, or their communities explode. But like others, it's just the backstabbing or like the completely change of personalities. I lost people that I legitly thought they were legit friends to, and lost who they were, like, because they're getting more special through some other group of people that think they own stuff. Because I don't just do the Lotus, I also do Zephyrin Garden District DMing. Even though there's another person that
I don't go out
it's
often.
it's the city section where the Lotus is in. Even though there's another person that wants to like parade saying that they don't do anything. It's easy as that. They just use the Lotus to try to grab as much as they want from the Lotus, but then they found out, hi, I exist, and I shut down a lot of that immediately. And it sucks that it had to come to there, but like, it just changed a lot of people. I'm gonna be honest. I lost too many good friends, or people that I used to call friends at this point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the best way to put it. Like, don't get me wrong, it is a great experience for roleplay. You meet new people, you enjoy different roleplay styles and everything. It's just it hurts when that happens. That was the toughest.
Especially when you find out that a friendship that what you thought was a friendship was actually just transactional.
Yep.
That is the worst feeling in the world. Or like when you trust people with something and they completely fuck it up.
Yeah. The biggest thing is that I will note is my living conditions is all fine and everything, but I will go and help people, you know, and I've done this. I helped people in the roleplay scene, new cables, new headsets. Hell, I bought one of my closest friends that are still friends with a new computer, and I've done that.
More generous man than me.
I done all that stuff, even though like, hey, I left the group that I did that stuff. I'm not going and saying give me my money back. I'm not doing that because it's like that's not what my intent was. However, you have people that are trying to steal, or there's two groups of people. You have people, first of all, that are trying to steal my generosity and saying it was theirs, even though they never did it. Because they're just scumbags like that. Yeah. And then there's other people that are, hey, because you're ending the roleplay, give us some our money back because blah blah, like XYZ thing. And it's called, you might have like subscribed to a Patreon. You might have done that, which is like $100 at most. Cool. You didn't go and like spend 1,000 plus to the person directly.
Yeah.
For them to like keep role playing, to keep you entertained. So like there's a very good difference of like people that I interact with, and it's just I have generosity. I've done it before. Mainly to people I care about, people I legitimately enjoy their company. It just sucks at the end of the day that their communities change, their DM change to the point where it's just more toxic, more what's the word? Not safe for the public eye, and it's just crappy to see it go.
Yeah, definitely. I get that. One of the hardest things that I have faced personally is the fact that back in the day I left my role plays alone with people that at the time were my devs, and I went to go on my honeymoon, and boy howdy did they completely just things went absolutely crazy. And I'm sitting here like, okay, fine. I guess I just have to always make sure I have access to Discord then. And then the next time I tried to like leave my shit alone for a while, another fucking terrible thing happened, and I'm like, okay. And now today my devs are like, listen, like my new dev team, my current one, they're like, listen, if you need to take a break, we can host things. It's fine. And at one point, I did. I just, for a session, I put my DM cap down. I let them run the session without any of my supervision. And boy, howdy, was I absolutely happy to say they did not need my help at all, and that was great. But for a roleplay owner, I feel like sometimes it's really hard to let somebody else have the reins. Is a really tough thing to do.
That's a big issue that why I exist as underneath Sachi is because I exist as that buffer of, hey, you need to take a break, we can do whatever, like we can hit there, be that other person that's like, hey, everything will be all right, won't go too far, if it does just yell at me. Like it's more of you have that second head, you have that second like opinion that's high up there, even if like I get involved with storylines, they still have that person that can ground them instead of having just you, for example, and you start worrying. That goes back to like my old comment, or the comment I made earlier of what you call it, the DMs need to be kind of transparent to their staff when they're doing stuff, then keep it all to themselves. Yeah, or the head DM.
Yeah, the first time on my honeymoon, I come back to hear, oh, we banned somebody. Okay, did you go through the proper process? No. And I'm like, you're fucking with me, right? Like, it doesn't matter what they did. You gotta go through the right process. Oh my god. And that was the worst thing that ever fucking happened. And then the next time, they just straight up canceled the session and my entire fucking dev team left, leaving my server completely not moderated, nothing. And they all just kind of left. And they're like, I was going to a close family member's funeral, man. Like, come on. Like that's kind of like that's the thing. Like, really tough because like lately, let's be real here for a second. In the past couple years, the roleplay community in VRChat has severely just took a big spike. There are so many roleplays out there these days. And I find out recently that Black Wolves hasn't been around long enough where even veterans of the entire community are starting to recognize the name of my shit. And that was kind of like an eye-opener for me, because somebody said, like, yeah, you're considered, like, a vet now. You've been around longer than most role players have. And I'm like, wait, what? I was new. This was the second roleplay I've ever ran. And for the people, like, whether you're a new role player in general, or you're in a roleplay where the person themselves is new, be patient with them. They may not know at all what's happening. It took me a year and a half to learn what metagaming was before I actually knew what the definition was. Be patient with them, especially the roleplay owners who've never done it before, because boy howdy, I had no fucking idea what I was doing, and sometimes I still don't know what I'm doing.
I feel that.
Like, I bet you even Sachi probably sometimes is like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I bet you everyone, even vets of the entire community, are like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing half the time too. Like, that's really tough. Like, because like again, like I've had some people want to be on this pod who like want to set records straight, and I'm like, I get that, and that's what this podcast is for. And I'll be the first one to say, I made mistakes in my beginning stages of the roleplay, and I am man enough to admit my mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't give them a reputation for being bad when it's been multiple years since the thing happened. That does not apply to me. I don't think I did. I didn't do anything that bad, but some other people I know have, and their reputation is like, I've had some people, it's like their reputation in the community, it's like, I just like, oh, I might leave the roleplay community altogether because of my reputation. I'm like, that's just sad to see, man. People are allowed to change.
People don't believe in that, sadly.
Apparently. Especially, like, I've heard a lot of things, like, it really seems like once you reach this certain level of popularity, it really becomes a different ballgame entirely, especially with Purple Lotus. Because, like, you know what I've noticed about Purple Lotus? In the new server, there is no RP advertisements channel, and every single brain cell I have left says that is intentional, and I support their decision for not having it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was so Sachi wasn't the one that redid the server, but he managed to get it back. Again, I had there was a more or less there was a staff split after that server thing happened, and people were trying to take me with them because of an issue, and I just sat there and went. I just woke up, and also I had some personal stuff actually happen, so I was not in the greatest mindset. So so the moment I woke up to these DMs too, which is always fun when you wake up to those kind of DMs too.
Oh yeah, no, that just
like,
that just makes your whole day just themed on what DM you received.
Yeah, people trying to get you to turn in, you're like, dude, I just hey, someone I care about is not around anymore. Can you like screw off with this? Oh, you need to pick a side. No. And it's like people don't need to like understand that like role play and real life are two different things, and one matters a lot more than like fake make believe.
Yes.
People were trying to turn the Lotus into their own stuff originally, in which I said no, and that's why I'm very like iron fist to it.
Based, like I would have done the same thing. Fellow like, control freaks.
I don't care. It's not even a control freak thing. It's just called. It's not mine.
Having
it's
boundaries.
Not yours.
That's what it is.
So people were trying to take it by force, like the whole like metaverse does everything. That's pretty much what it is. They took it away from Sachi, which is exhausting. Whatever. And that's why I do the things I do, is because I keep a lot of his stuff that I can keep around grounded to the Lotus. So when whatever happens, new storylines happen, everything, we're not starting from completely from scratch.
So sorry about that. I was talking to my family. Anyways, yeah. Hold on, I need to mute again. Cut this at me. Anyways, sorry about that. Cut back here. What were we talking about before? Oh, right. I just want to say, Sachi is real lucky to have you there. Then I'll tell you what, because let me just be the first one to say, I started Black Wolves with my wife, and boy howdy, I would not be here right now with my roleplay if I did not have the support of my significant other. I don't know if you heard that, but she's like all weak and sick on the bed, being like, "Hey." Anyway, anyway,
my family's sick also. Don't worry.
Yeah,
that time of the year.
Yeah, it's just that time of the year. But like, yeah, like that's kind of the thing. I've always because like I said, like part of the reason I'm doing this podcast is I want more people to realize, separate the person from the RP owner, because those are two different people. Even one thing I like to remind people sometimes is like, listen, I might play as John Lecter, a character with clear anger issues, but in real life, I'm a fucking teddy bear. I rarely get mad. My wife, in the 5 years she's been with me, she's never once heard me mad. Separate the roleplay owner and the character from the person who is behind that, Like, yes, like some roleplay owners have done things in their real life that's really bad, or like have done things or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're all the same. We are the same species. We're all human. Let's find a middle ground. Like I said, I say this to a lot of people, and I'm saying it now. I could have a very controversial person on this couch, and I will still interview them like anyone else, regardless of my feelings. Regardless of my feelings about the person, I will still interview them like anyone else because I want to get everyone's opinion. And I've gotten a lot of opinions, and here's the thing, a lot of the opinions are the same. Especially with the metaverse, because I've seen a lot of like people starting to disconnect from the metaverse entirely, because the metaverse is kind of, let's be real here, the metaverse is kind of a shit show, like right now.
Yeah, after a few behind the scenes intervening that I've done with the metaverse and exposing a lot of the like crappy things people have been doing, yeah, they started like saying the quiet parts out loud. I'm gonna be honest on that one. Me and my friend that looked into it and kind of exposed quite a bit of it. Just some other players within it kind of went out of hand with it, with the information, and made it worse. But we did the digging and found the information first.
Yeah. Like, and that's the kind of thing. A lot of people are just afraid to talk about this thing. Like, I've had so many big roleplay people. Like, I offer this spot on the couch in the podcast, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be on camera and have this upload on YouTube of me saying things honestly like that. I'm afraid of getting like fucking like get in trouble over it." It's like, that's just fucking sad.
People can cry over my opinion and what to do. Sorry, I live in the land of the great BMX.
Anyways, on that note, since I have no more questions, if you have any other hot takes you want to say in regards to the VRChat role-playing community, now is your platform to say literally anything you want.
Any hot take? Oh, no. The biggest thing that like take away from everything I was saying is, first of all, we're playing make-believe. We're adults in like a large spectrum of ages.
Yeah.
Like, why? We don't need to be fighting over stupid shit. It's fine for our characters to do that, but not us outside of it. And then, like, I'm gonna be real. If you're friends with people's, like, other friends, you need to, like, understand that they can hang out with each other, and they don't need to report to you every moment of their lives either, because that's a problem in the roleplay scene.
Yep.
Oh, you're at this friend group, you're talking to this person, it's none of your business. Cool job.
Yes.
Good job.
Say it with your fucking chest. I remember one time one of my devs, one of the people in the metaverse came to me. It's like, "Oh, this person was in a server where the admin ripped models. You can't associate with them." And it's like, kiss my white ass. All right, listen, I know that friend. They barely know how to turn on their computer. What makes you think they know how to rip a model? I'm not going to say who it is. I have respect, but I defended that person, and I will continue to defend that person because I know they don't know how to rip models.
I was friends with people that I'm still friends with them to this day. When I first joined VRChat, that was the early days of Laughing Coffin. Like, that's a name that no one's heard in a while.
Wow, yeah, Laughing Coffin. That's a VRChat name I haven't heard in a long ass time.
But I was with friends with people in it. It's just because I was a chill person who respected them as an opinion, like as a person, and that's it. Then I ignored the ones that were going around doing it hostilely, but everyone else that was chill, I couldn't care less. I didn't like the whole avatar ripping. Like, I wasn't into the huge avatar stuff. More or less, so my opinion of that is just weird. Yeah. Because yes, you put all that hard work into it, but also you're on like.
I get it from a certain perspective. I agree that ripping is wrong, But like,
Yeah,
for example,
it's wrong 100%.
there are good instances of ripping. Like, for example, ripping a model from a game. The AAA company is not going to be hurt that you ripped the Doomslayer model. Like, Bethesda's not
Well,
going to
it's not even
lose
that.
money on that.
It's not even that. If you lose your model and their avatar creator is not online anymore or whatever issue, that's the only way you can get your model back.
Yeah, I mean, that's real shit. I mean, for example, my computer went corrupted one time. I had to rip a model from my own account in order to get it back. I don't regret it. I like that model and it had sentimental value, which is why I ended up ripping it in the first place. And also, it was my model that I made with my assets. I can rip that model if I want because I made it.
Yeah, but I do understand like where people put all this hard work and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so my opinion is a very obscured when the huge hype of the ripping everything is because when I started looking into how models are made and everything, Easy Anti-Cheat came up and all the other stuff came up. So like ripping became nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like my opinion of it is just like I wasn't in that day of age of like, oh hey, I understand the problem with it, but also now I don't understand. I don't understand because people can't do it anymore.
Honestly, I don't even remember how to rip a model. Like real shit. Like,
so what I understand. So someone actually showed me recently. I can't say recently, but all that people can do now is get like minor assets off models, such as like, hey, if you have a sword on your model, or like there's a sword on my model, all they could do is like take that because the rest of the model's just screwed up.
Yeah, I mean,
like they only can take very small things at this point, and so it's like
that's why the key is to make your own
Jesus
models.
Christ, it scared the fuck out of me.
Fun fact. Also, by the way, just want to say, hey, VRChat devs, a little warning about your little audio change would have been nice. By the way, I was also using this as a little bit of a segue here. Yeah, thanks a lot, because I fucking jump scared myself multiple times with some of my other models because with your Steam audio change, everything's louder now. So thanks so much for that. But the fact that my avatar volume has to be at fucking 15% to be bearable.
Yeah, the new audio change was. We did a huge combat RP at the Lotus, which the world is not great. There was so much ringing because of the audio was screwing up so bad, just because it was an older world. I'm like, man.
This is why some people just commission me to make models to make maps instead. It's not hard to optimize your maps, people. Buy Mesh Baker. There's a free version of Mesh Baker if you're really splitting hairs.
The map's old. I give it that. It's like 2.0.
Honestly, never really went. Bit of a confession at the end of the pod. Never went to Purple Lotus at all ever in my life. And the main reason behind that is I did not have any model that fit within your avatar performance requirements.
Well, since I forced the lovely boss of mine to go take a break, there's no limits to models. It is quiet though, I give it that. Like most we can get up to like high 20, but most of the time it's like 10 people at most. It is very. It doesn't matter.
It is quite crazy to know that your regular numbers is around my regular numbers in Black Wolves. That is actually crazy.
Here's the thing. Because of the drama, a lot of people kind of like caused a lot of problems.
Yeah,
we have one person. So there's only 2 of us that run the Lotus right now. 3, technically speaking. Well, technically speaking, Sachi, but 2 of us that run it main phase. The other person, blessing. He's been, ever since all the drama has hit, he kept that lobby going even when I was not around and thinking about leaving the roleplay scene entirely. He kept the lobbies up every single time that they were supposed to be up.
Are you talking about Adrian Shepard?
Yes, I am.
Bro, that guy
is a legend.
That guy's a legend. He always pings like in the middle of the fucking night, opening a lobby. And it's like, you know what? I don't go there, but I salute that man for his dedication.
He, like I said, even after all the drama that's happened with the Lotus, everything, that man, I respect a lot because he keeps going. Like, he doesn't let the drama affect him. He doesn't let anything happen. It's just all that.
Yeah,
And
honestly.
like I said, respect the man a lot. Like I said, he's been for like, because it's been me and him running the show. Respect him a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely agree with that. Kind of the same thing with my dev team, how dedicated they are. Like, I have a dev team that legitimately like gives a hot diddly fuck. Like, I would not put as much effort into the roleplay as I have if it wasn't for my devs and my players. There is a group, fun fact by the way, there's an actual group chat that is filled with my players that literally the name of the fucking group chat is Praise Jason.
Jeez.
That's actually real. That is actually real. My nephew is smashing that fucking door. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, no, literally, like, it is literally, yeah, no, here it is. Praise the, like, if I could find a fucking image, put the image here, blur out the avatar names. Not lying, there's actually a group chat just for praising me. And granted, I put a lot of effort in my roleplay, and like, that's another thing. Because I've had some people say, oh, you know, it's just a role play, it's just VR make-believe. That's fair, but you also have to understand it from the other person's perspective. Like the roleplay owner and the admins, that they put so many hours in running it, like putting time and effort into running it, just because they have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a custom composer for Black Wolves. Shout out to Lokalon. I have had custom produced songs for Black Wolves, like the fucking the season 2 trailer song. My god, that song is a bop. I don't often unironically listen to my own produced songs. I listen to that song on loop sometimes. But anyway, like, I am blessed with the community I have, and I absolutely admire your admin team for continuing Purple Lotus after that server got hacked, because honestly, most people would have thrown in the towel when Sachi got hacked. And I was fully expecting you guys to throw in the towel, honestly, after that.
You would expect that. Oh, that dude is. Like I said, I have a respect for Sachi. He's pissed me off several times already, but I tell him that, and we can sit down and have a conversation. That's a big thing. Who the friends argue? Friends have these problems. Cool. Well, talk over. Like how, like, me and some of my friends have different, funny political views, and we'll go and like debate each other, and that's the point of friends.
Yeah. Listen, there's sometimes where I want to strangle my fucking best friend until the life leaves his eyes. That's okay. That's just friendship.
No.
Yeah, like,
we can call each other funny words, and we won't get offended either.
Bro, that's real shit too. Like, honestly, like, because that's kind of the thing. A lot of people, like, when I told people, oh, I have a Purple Lotus admin come into the podcast, they're like, are we finally gonna get answers on what the fuck happened with the fucking hack?
I gave you the answer. You just right person got hacked. Woke up in the morning. It sucks.
Woke up in a groggy state. Accidentally clicked the link they weren't supposed to get. Stole the sign-in token. And after probably crying and trying his hardest to get his account back, I imagine Sachi finally got his account back, realized what happened.
No, they couldn't get their account back. Discord being Discord.
Oh, wait,
really? He had to create a new one and...
Oh, okay, never mind. He had to make a whole new Discord and a whole new Purple Lotus server.
Well,
that is...
Because Discord is Discord.
Discord is Discord. That is real shit. Also, by the way, I have beef with X, or my Twitter. I will keep calling it Twitter. Twitter.
I keep calling Twitter.
All right, listen here, Musk. All right, I made an account for my game dev company, and it got suspended. I haven't even made a post yet. Put a screenshot here. I just made that account a couple months ago. I have not followed a single motherfucker other than my own account. and a couple of my friends. I haven't even posted a game dev thing, and I just posted a game dev video the other day. I was gonna post about it on Twitter, only to realize your account is suspended. And when I appealed it, I was politely told to go fuck myself. So, why? Anyway, other than that, is there any?
My 2x account.
One is my personal, one is my company, because I actually... Fun fact, Black Wolves, I am legally obligated to say both my role plays and all my channels are owned by my actual game dev company, Ashen Phoenix Games. I have a legal obligation to fully say that.
I'm doing this.
So technically, I am sponsoring this podcast, even though it's my podcast, but still... I have legal obligation. Anyway, now that I've fulfilled my contractual obligation, if you wish to advertise any of your personal projects, including Purple Lotus, even though everyone and their mother has heard of Purple Lotus,
I will drop this. Stay tuned.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh, you're just gonna be mysterious on my pod? Alright, cool. I'll send you a link so you can post your pod somewhere.
We're doing things on we're doing things on at the Lotus side. We're always doing things. I mean, but the other day I got attacked by Santa Claus, you know. So like things are kicking off again.
In a little server called Familiar Snare, I was threatened by a sentient piece of grass one time.
I remember that sentient piece of grass.
Everyone knows that fucking piece of grass, man. He made a vague threat to my character, and my character was like, "Did that grass just threaten me?" And I
know that piece of grass.
Why does everyone in the metaverse know that fucking piece of grass, bro?
That's not even a metaverse. That was a different roleplay.
Oh.
One of your next guests, most likely. So.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully, if I can get him on. One can hope. Most admins are fucking busy. Anyway, other than that, now that Poi Butler has made a very vague tease about Purple Lotus, whether he posts it in the Purple Lotus server or whoever is watching this video, once again, I own Black Wolves, a story-driven only, not social, story-driven only roleplay. Black Wolves. You want to kill an oppressive government? Go to Black Wolves. You want to kill God? Go to Cosmic Veil. If you care about game dev shit, which is not even VRChat related, you can go here for my game dev channel, where I made a game in 7 days, and that was the most difficult thing I've ever had to do. And I have worked, and I have made 7 maps in 1 year for Black Wolves. And I will say this, making that game was more difficult than all of those maps combined. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. This is Cards Down. Then the next guest is, I don't know yet. I have 2 people who are next in line, but the person who I want to have, I am waiting on them to tell me something. If not, though, my next guest will be a guy known as Yukio Akumura. He will be an eventual guest eventually. He is a close homie of mine. Other than that, now I am going to sign off as soon as I find where OBS is.
Posting next time.
Yes.